Let's start with the Biden one then. I'm sure you've got a Biden one. Have you got a Biden one?
So they're trying to pass a bill, which means they'll pass a bill,
Yeah.
where companies that employ unvaccinated people are fined $700,000 for each unvaccinated person. So this is the thing, right? Where they say it starts off with we're going to ban you from large venues and hospitality and stuff like that. And then people like me and you will cry out and go, well, hang on, this is fucking human rights. You're basically saying that you're taking people's lives away. And people go, no, you can still live your life. You can still eat and shop and do everything else. You just can't risk our lives in our big venues. And it's like, I don't know if you're that naive, but this is obviously always just the beginning. And so now it's a case of, right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to mandate it for healthcare workers to have to be vaccinated. So they have to have it or they get the sack. Fuck, okay. So what do we do about the private sector then? Because we've got no sway over the private sector. So what the fuck do we do over them? I know what we'll do. We'll fine them 700k per person that they employ. Well, they're not going to employ those people. They just can't afford it.
But it's brilliant that why would you want to, one, go in the Vatican? You're lucky to come out, quite frankly. So the Vatican staff, including the most senior members of the Catholic Church, of course it isn't, who choose not to fulfil their moral duty of getting vaccinated against COVID, will be forced to undergo a regular testing regime or will be refused work. How do you work at a vac? I just find that odd. Like, do you just do interview with Jesus? Like, is it Jesus? Look at Jesus. We've got another one.
Jesus is on the phone again.
Why? He just wants to know your P45s in the post. Why? What have I done? Well, you didn't got vaccinated. Did Jesus send that?
I can't look at them without thinking they're just the Volturi.
Yeah.
But they are. If
Yeah.
you actually get in there, that's probably why they want a vaccine fucking certificate, because they want to. I don't want there to be any COVID in the blood I'm drinking. So I drop the car off there at about 7 in the morning, and then run home from there. That's part of my morning routine. Run home from there, and then carry on working. And then he'll phone me, and I'll go and pick up the car later on. So anyway, so I dropped the car off about 7 in the morning. It was fucking mental, right? It's a battle to try and get in because the garage uses the same forecourt to then get into the sort of garage bit rather than the fuel bit. So anyway, so he phoned me a few hours later. He was like, car's ready. So I had to run down. And he said to me, he goes, the fucking idiot's still outside queuing. I went, yeah, there's fucking still queuing down the road. He was like, fucking idiots. So he had to help me get out of there in the car by like stopping things. And then he said to this lady who's on the forecourt working there, who's trying to direct traffic, he was like, what the fuck? She was like, I know, we're having a nightmare trying to get a fuel truck in. You can't make it up, can you?
Yeah.
So it's like you're queuing down the road because you've been told there's a fuel shortage, and you're blocking the fuel tanker getting in to fill up the fuel that you're worried about running out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you meant...
Well, yeah, because that's how easy it is to cause carnage. So I'll read you a little bit of the article. So it's Greta Thunberg has made the ultimate sacrifice. That's in the first line.
To fucking Baphomet.
That's literally in the first line of this. So guys, if you're not understanding where this is coming from, please understand this is a satanic cult that you're looking at here. So, and these are different various arms of it. But this is the Extinction Rebellion climate change arm, which will just switch out from the COVID when that's kind of finally fizzled out. So Greta Thunberg has made the ultimate sacrifice for The Guardian. The Guardian, by the way, is part funded by Bill Gates. She's allowed us to turn her into a human oil spillage. Right? The treacly black stuff is dripping from her hair, down her nose, past her cheeks, face cheeks, onto her neck and shoulders. They haven't got her upside down.
Just have a shower, you're fine.
When you say cheeks, which ones do you mean? Because I don't want it dripping down that way and up the other end. I'd rather top to bottom, please. Down, down, down it drips. Honest to God, I don't even want to read this, to be honest. This is literally what they've written in The Guardian. How much for creep you have to write? Down, down, down it drips. By the time we speak on Zoom, a day later, she has just about got herself cleaned up.
It's taken her a day. My mum's old mate Colin is a fucking mechanic. He was covered in oil on a daily basis. He was always clean by the time we got in the pub.
Yeah, she's not a Colin. She
Is
definitely.
that Colin? Apparently you know about getting oil off. Oh, that's not oil, that's graphene oxide. Oh, right. Oh, fuck.